Hey campers, George here. A casual Sunday afternoon down in the man cave. Been doing some homework. That is going through my packs, making sure nothing's expired, everything's in good order, and I've been putting things back because after camping trips and walkabouts and things like that, I tend to switch things amongst my packs. So I'll make sure everything goes back to where it is. But another thing I do when I'm doing that is, you can see over here, I take the time to get to watch some YouTube channels that I subscribe to. And I've always been, during the week I add them to my watch later list, and then when I'm doing stuff like this I like to watch them. And I just watched a video that talked about the 10 cc's of survival. Something I've looked at a lot way back. And if you've been to my blog, my website, The Novice Survivalist, I talked about that initially, and my website has evolved from there. What they were discussing was the 10 cc's and what you should have and where it should be and how it should be used. You know, the normal story. And I got to thinking about something that they showed. It was actually Corporals Corner. And he showed the, I can't remember the name of the school, Dave Canterbury's school. He has that pouch for the water bottle and everything in there. And he put it together so that it had the 10 C's you need for survival, just in that pouch. And that got me thinking. A couple of months ago, I bought some canteen pouches to add on to my camping pack, my carry-more, and I thought they were the regular canteen pouch, military style, and actually they are based on that, but they were a little bit bigger. And if you have a look at this one, you can see that there's a couple of things that are different. It's obviously a little bit bigger. It doesn't look it right now, but the side pouches, things like that, and inside was a little bit bigger, and it had a couple of things added to it, which was a nice touch, and I didn't know at the time when I bought it that they've worked out for me. So I got to thinking about the 10 cc's, and I wonder if I could get everything in here. Well, here it is, I think. You could actually put this on your belt and walk around with it and have everything you need for the 10 cc's. So I thought I'd show you that quickly. It's not going to be a fancy video. I'm going to show you each thing. Check it off on the 10 cc's list. Let me know what you think. So here's the canteen pouch. And you can see it's based on the military style, the military surplus style. But it's made a little different. A couple of things is it's a little bit bigger, and the main pouch is bigger, and there's a little pocket in the front here of the main pouch. And these, of course, are a little bit bigger. You can see here, they give you a lot more room here. It has the standard clips on the back and some molly to put on your belt, that sort of thing. It does have a tie-up cord. It has a good solid release, and they're pretty good. It actually came with an over-shoulder strap. For the life of me, I don't know where I put them. Wouldn't you know it? So there you go. Now let's have a look what we got in here according to the 10 cc's list, which you just saw. So I'm just going to pull them out randomly and we can check them off. So in the front here, I have a hooded poncho. It's basically a very basic, thin, not very good hooded poncho. Keep you dry. You could probably use it to make a shelter. It wouldn't be easy, and it probably wouldn't be very good. I think making a bushcraft style shelter and using this to improve the roof would be the way to go. And this is what I'm using for the cover. So let's check that off. In here we have a ferro rod, and I believe I have some extras on that. And here we have a magnesium bar the ever trusty first option big lighter, and this would be my combustion devices. I'm a big fan of two is one, one is none. I know everybody hates that expression. It's very true though. I actually have 3 different starters here. Next up, let's see what else we have. We have the number 1 on the list, and that is a cutter. Typically, I do have a pocket knife on me at all times, and when I'm outdoors doing a walkabout or camping, I do have a belt knife, which is my Knives of Alaska bush camp knife. Yeah, you can see the picture there. This is a knife I've had for a long time. It used to be part of my fishing kit, and it's double bladed, which I like, because if you break one blade, you got another. 2 is 1, 1 is none, built into one, providing you don't break the handle, but still. So that's the cutter. Here we have your canteen, and this is the container part of the 10cc's, and it does have, it's your standard military surplus style canteen mug, and I have the cover for it as well. So we have that. In here I have a flashlight lamp, and this is something I've shown before, and I got this at Walmart. I found them at Walmart. They actually work pretty well. It's a nice little flashlight, and the nice thing about it is you can turn it into a little basic lantern. So as a 10cc survival, small, easy to pack thing, this is it. The only problem is batteries. Got to have batteries for it. In here I have a cotton bandana, and this is one that was sent to me by a subscriber. He sent me 2 actually, and they just have survival tips on them, and that is nice bright and orange, and this is part of the 10cc's. So that would be the cotton bandana on the 10cc's list. In the last pouch here I have cordage, obviously. I have a couple of just random pieces that I put in there. It's probably about, I don't know, 20 feet max. So we'll check off the cordage. The other thing is cargo tape. And here is my cargo tape. It's just basically duct tape that I've rolled up. And here's a tip. Always put that little folded piece in the end so it's easy to otherwise you're going to sit there and dig at it to try and get it off, and it tears and things like that. Now if you run out of cordage, you can use this. You can cut it into into about 3 strips. You fold them over, twist them, and there's some cordage. It actually works pretty well. So that can also go as a multitasker for cordage. The other thing is a compass, and it is a very basic compass. Really, that's all I need, and it has a thermometer on it, and it has an emergency whistle, and this would work for me. I do have a fancier compass which is in my backpacking stuff. This is really just for an emergency, so check that one off. Now, the thing that I do not have is the cloth sail needle. Now, why, you ask? Because if I need to mend a tear or something like that, I can use my duct tape. If this doesn't work, it's probably not repairable. Well, that's just my thoughts. So this doubles as my repair kit, basically. I know that a sailcloth is needle and things like that is good to have because you can repair kits. I think as an emergency kit, 72 hours, this will do the job just fine to keep it together for a couple of days. So there you have it. Now, my biggest issues I have with this, although it all fits in here just nicely, is the cover. Using this as cover is a stretch. Well, not really. It's just not very good. It's really something to keep me dry. That's it. But like I said, you could put it over a bushcraft style shelter that you put together, and it'll make it a little bit more waterproof. So that was my cover. But then I thought, what happens if I get one of these emergency blankets, tie it up really tight, and figure out a way to put it onto the bottom here? But that's a whole nother story, because it leads me somewhere else. So there you have it. My small little idea on having a 10cc's kit that you could just put on your belt and know that you got most of them covered, certainly the top 5, which is an absolute minimum. You got any ideas? Does anybody else done anything like this? I'd like to know. In the comments below, put a link to your video if you made one of it. I'd like to see it. Was just a thought, something else I could add to it. And here is a bush box. It doesn't take up a lot of room. I could add this to my kit as well. And then something else I would have would be bug spray. Minnesota, summer, need the bug spray. So there you have it. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. And I'll think of some other video to come up and show you. In fact, I've already got an idea on that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Just saying. Bye.